Hi, hello, welcome back to Planning with Jamie. We're back in our Erin Condren 7x9 daily duo. So we have started our setup here. I've put a few notes here, but we ended up switching out the cover. I'm loving this really bright color. That being said too, my new Erin Condren dashboard has like a really bright cover like this. And so every now and then I'm getting confused about what is what. So we will see like if I end up switching, but I love the brightness. And then this area I usually don't really write on because I feel like it kind of rubs off on the vellum. And so I just put little post-it notes here. I had to look up to see how many hours until I maxed out with my vacation bank at work. And so I find that if I put it in my planner in these locations, I know exactly where it's at. It's also a place I put where I need to, like, what the date is for renewing my nursing license, my CPR, my ACLS, my PALS, like all of those technical things I need to keep track of. And some of them renew, like I have to go and retake those classes every 2 years. Some is every 5, some is every 3. So it's really helpful to just have that in my planner. We did this planner page together, like love it, the name page. I usually don't do anything with it, so I'm really proud of myself. Did this. This is so helpful. Guys, I have looked at this nonstop. This is really helpful. I feel like I'm gonna do this in every single like planner here forward. As long as this is working for me, like don't change what is working. Okay, or don't change what's not broken. Over here, I really love this too, and I feel like there's a few more things that I can get checked off. And then up here is where I keep track of all of my videos when I release them. I just need to catch up with them. I've released a few in July already. And then I don't know how much I'll use the 2026, to be honest. I could probably cover this up and be fine. I wish this was really colorful, but to me, the trade-off to have a very bland colorway forward from there, so I've pre-written in some stuff as we were doing it, but to have like no color on my daily pages, it is so worth it because honestly, guys, how often do I look at this page? What's it even say? July, you don't have to be anything but yourself. I mean, that's really cute, but I don't really look at it. Okay, so we're going to get into July, and I grabbed my sticker kit here, and this is kit 364. We do not have any baseball or softball players in our house, but I love the bows and the pink with the red, white, and blue, and so I ended up choosing this one. I pre-printed July up there for me, so this is page 1. So that's all of your basics. If you just do one page, this is the page that I'd probably recommend for you. But then if you like to do a whole bunch of boxes, different icons and stuff, add on page 2. And then these are what cover up like these extra ones that are from different months. These cover up those. And so if you don't like those just being empty and stuff, there ends up being 10 separate ones. So they are separate boxes here. So you can pick and choose exactly how you want it. Honestly, I love all of them. The more the merrier. And so I grab all of them. Okay, let's turn this around and get laying sticker kits down. Guys, my phone memory has been full and I've been trying to back up everything. Like I bought more storage on iCloud, which is really annoying, but I'm trying to back up everything and it's been so long that guys, there's 25,000 photos or videos that are trying to back up. This is completely my fault. I knew they weren't backing up. But that being said too, I go in and I do delete, like after I edit this video and upload it, I go back and I delete this footage because, right, I don't need this footage super long term. That was just a little post-it note that said what kit I wanted to use for this. And so I just tossed that to the side. But I'm good about deleting stuff. I am just so much a photo and video taker, and I have never regretted taking a photo or a video. And so I don't foresee it happening. And so it's funny because we were kind of looking for another computer to expand my business. And he's like, what's really important to you? And I'm like, storage, 100% storage. All right, so I do give the option here. It's pre-printed as Sunday start. I do give the option to switch it to Monday start. I like my Sunday start. I like all my calendars to match the same. So that's gonna stay the same too. The other part I like to get laid down. I've already pre-written in some of my lists. I usually put like one of these on every single month. And that way as stuff comes up, I just know that I can, like, I have a space to write it over there already. And so let's get this off here. And we are just going to line it up right at the edge here. And you know what I was just thinking of? I think I want to put my washi strip down. So I'm just going to keep that up just a little bit. So the question is, do we want the blue or do we want the red? I kind of want the red so that the blue, if we use the washi strip for other stuff, it kind of pops out. So let's grab this red. I will say too, I make my washi strips thick enough that if you wanted to cut this in half to make multiple washi strips, I make it so that you can do that. And so never hesitate. Like, make the stickers work for you. But I do try to think like, how else would I modify or utilize the sticker in a different fashion? And based on that, I end up designing it. And so, all right, let's get that little part cut off. And then, I mean, it would be cute to have the blue underneath, but like I said, we have a vacation in July and I want that to pop out. Okay, but I do like the washi strip down here. I think that it's really super cute to have that extra like border. So let's get this one also. And this time we're just gonna start from this side. No rhyme or reason, just because. All right, so yeah, we're looking at possibly a second laptop, but I think the issue I'm gonna have, which is the reason why I was considering a second one, is because Adobe Illustrator is what functions with my cutting machine. And while it's cutting, I can't open Adobe Illustrator to like design in the background and all this kind of stuff. So my thought process is if I get a second, that one actually poked me, you guys. Look, it drew blood. If you guys were here, I'll put a photo probably up on the screen, but I have been using the same blade for like 4 years and it was so dull that it could not poke me if I wanted to. So how funny that I got poked with that one already. But yeah, I was gonna buy another computer so that one computer could be hooked up to the cutting machine and be cutting, and then the second computer I could be designing, because like this picking and choosing between designing or cutting just isn't really working tons with how busy we've been. And so I thought that, but then when I went and researched it, I don't think it's a thing. I don't think that Adobe allows it. So that's really unfortunate, but I mean, I kind of understand exactly why they do that too. And so I'm not quite sure exactly what I'm going to do. Granted, my cutting machine shouldn't need a computer hooked up to it, but it's not fully functioning still. And so maybe once I get it to that part, we won't have to worry about it anymore. So that'll be great. Okay, so I do have like week 27 already laid down and it's been there for a few weeks, so I don't want to try to lift it up. So instead, I am just going to cut. We're just gonna get a clear ruler here and we're just gonna cut off this excess here instead of fighting it. All right. That is one sharp X-Acto knife now. That is so funny. Okay, there is that. So we had tons of rain last night. There's like flash flooding all over this side of the state. And I guess tonight we're supposed to get more rain too. So, not great, but it's so funny. We went from like no rain to we need so much rain, because I was literally watering my flowers in my garden like multiple times per day because it was so hot but so dry. And now my garden is like flooded. So, but yeah, people north of us got so much. Okay, I love those. That's so cute. People north of us, and I'm just gonna sit that right there for now, got so much that they, like their cars were floating down the street. So we got very blessed in the fact that like at least our system like stayed up with it. Okay, I love that. And then I already put this 4th of July from Planner Kate. I already put that down because I'm like, I knew it was gonna match with my kit just fine. Okay, we have date dots, but I almost feel like I'm gonna hold off a little bit on putting those on because I also feel like I put boxes down and then I forget that the date dots need to go on top of the boxes. So speaking of boxes, I usually look at my messy schedule. So guys, it's very messy. I usually look at my messy schedule and I put big dates down. And 2 big dates are, this is my oldest child turning 16, her birthday. And then this is my twins turning 11, their birthday. So I want to put those 2 down. This is also a big day and it is 4th of July. I don't think I'm going to put a big box though, because I already have this here. It's also our dog's birthday. So I think let's go ahead, because I'm not putting a big box. We're going to just put like little birthday balloons there so that I remember to put it. I am going to put big boxes on the 9th and the 10th, but we have more stuff to put there too. Let's see. Actually, let's use these boxes. I think that'll work a little bit better. All right, so the 9th, we'll just use a red big box. There we go. And we can put a little birthday balloon. I'm gonna need to grab out more because we have too many birthdays in July. We have more than this still, but I think these are like the main ones that I'm going to put. Okay, and then let's use a blue one for the twins. I'm gonna put it into this corner. And I might go ahead and put that date dot just so that I don't write where I need to put it. So the 10th. And let's go ahead and grab some birthday balloons out for them too. Any of my extra stuff I end up putting in here. And so I think the birthday balloons, I have like a page for icons back here. I feel like I've passed it. Let's go back. Right there. I'm like, I knew I had them. So let's grab those birthday balloons and put it right there. And then we're gonna put that date dot real quick. And then I think the next thing we need to do is put my work schedule in also so that I don't get going too far before we get there. I do like to try to figure out where these big boxes are gonna go first. And so looking at our schedule, we have birthday party here for all the kiddos. So we are gonna grab one of the birthday one of these boxes, and we are going to put it, oops, it's down here on the 13th. We're gonna put it there. There we go. And then we have vacation coming up, and I don't know if we're leaving here or here. We haven't decided yet, but for sure by here we are leaving. So let's go ahead and put a box there. We might not use all 4 boxes just because I didn't use them like on those big days there. So let's go ahead, put it there. We're gonna put the 26th down as the date dot so that we don't miss that. Okay, so we have the 26th down. Let's go back here and put the 13th down again so that we don't forget. And I think I'm just going to grab, I wonder actually, I was gonna grab more balloons, but let's see if I have like actual birthday party type stuff. All right, budget, I have that as a birthday, but that doesn't work. Okay, then we're gonna go back and do one of these balloons, which is great. I am watching like a whole neighborhood Nerf gun war go on outside right now. So we have half of the neighborhood is playing in our pool and doing water stuff, and the other half is having like a Nerf gun war. So it's very entertaining watching out my door right now. Okay, so then I think we're just gonna start, or no, there's a few more things I want to do. We might actually need more washi. We will see. Okay, we have vacation. So I do want to denote that there's a chance we can use enough of this up here for the first thing and down here for the second thing. Like I said, it's definitely this whole last week. And so let's start by putting stuff down there. I am so excited. We did a vacation last year, but it wasn't our typical vacation. And so we are like so ready to go and just turn off for a little bit. So it'll be so much fun. So it's for our twins' golden birthday was last July, but again, we ended up not doing a big vacation just because we did 2 like more local vacations instead. And by local, I mean they were like 4 hours away, but usually we end up driving like 15 to 20 hours for our vacation. So that is very local for us. And so, yeah, we ended up doing that instead, and we said, hey, we will do your golden birthday trip like next year. And they were perfectly fine with that. Also, where we were considering going, it just wasn't the right timing to go. And so we're gonna grab our microns, and I want the micron 10. So they have numbers, the higher the number. So right here, the higher the number, the fatter the tip is. And I'm just gonna put, actually I'm gonna put it down here, and let's use this light blue because it's a different, and let's see. There's a chance I have vacation sticker in here. And I think it is well worth looking for it. I don't, because there's virtual. It would have been right there. I am a little surprised. Okay, that is okay. So we will write vacation. We're just gonna write vacation time. It seems very vague, but I'm also on the internet, so I kind of want it to be a little vague, so that's okay. And we're just gonna write it down here. There we go. And then the other thing that we had was we had visitors in from out of state, and they stayed through the 6th. So let's see how we can make this work. But that blue is right against a blue there. Oh well, we're still gonna make it work because I'm Jamie and that's what I do. I'm not fussy about it. Oh my gosh, sometimes when I watch Plan With Me's, people get a little too fussy and nitpicky on stuff, and I'm like, on my channel, my whole goal is to show you guys how to use this functional, and I put on stickers because it helps with my functionality. It helps my brain like be happy with all of it and process all of it. So like in my brain, it's gonna timestamp like that box and timestamp that. And so it's just like, I know how my brain works and what it needs. And so that's why I do all of this. And I just feel like, I don't know, some people just want like their lives to look like perfection. And I'm not saying that in a negative connotation. I'm saying like it makes the rest of us feel horrible sometimes. And some people are just that organized and that great. And I am jealous of them, but at the same time, they motivate me to do better. Okay, so I think how I'm gonna make this work, because this is the rest of the washi strip we have. Let's turn this upside down just so that spacing, I'm a little bit better here. And I am gonna use it, so they came in. Let's go down just a tidge bit more. There we go. They stayed Sunday to Sunday. And so, oh my gosh, actually I have multiple ideas. Let me look here real quick. If I have more washi strip that will match it, I'll use it. And if I don't really care. So let's look here. Those definitely don't match it. All right, so I'm okay with that. Let's put this to the side. Okay, so what I am going to do is we are going to use one of these boxes. I think let's use the red one because it'll really pop up there. And we will write, let's write on it first. I don't think I'm gonna use this huge one though. I think I'm gonna use my normal, this is Pentel Energel. It's a 0.07 needle tip. This is my favorite, and then I just buy the replacements for it. So we had visitors. And this one is almost empty, so I'm gonna switch before it like empties in the middle of me. Okay, so visit, and it was June, okay, 29th through July 6th. It's a good visit. I worked a lot during the time and I felt really bad about that, but we also like celebrated the kids' birthdays with them while they were here. And so I think they really enjoyed that. I know the kids had a lot of fun. And then they also got to join in our 4th of July festivities. So that was fun too. Okay, now I think the next thing we're gonna do is get into work. So let's see if I counted up and there was 13 days. See, I have at least 13 of these. So I think that's what we are going to use. I love to use up like all my extra stuff before I pull more. So guys, this is funny. Like I'm talking and my kids are playing outside, and we have 3 entrances to our house, and literally all 3 kids are outside playing because my teenager is inside. All 3 kids that are outside playing just came into separate entrances all at the same time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, like what? And 2 of them were asking for popsicles, and one of them wanted to show me she's doing her birthday Lego kit. My kids love Legos. Like that is like one of their favorite things to do is to play Legos. And so yeah, she is sitting outside listening to music, playing Legos, and I love it. But I'm just like, how in the world do all 3 of you guys walk into a separate door? And of course they all slam this door, like you can't just shut a door. So yeah, they walk in and they all like slam the door at the same time and scared the bejeekies out of me. Okay. So I work, let's see, the 7th, the 8th, and then 14th, 15th. It's funny, I don't want to work every Monday, but that being said, like, I don't know, it's been very different not working weekend shifts. Like my whole entire career as a nurse, I've always had to work like weekends, holidays, all that kind of stuff. And so it's my first time experiencing like not having a weekend schedule. And part of me loves it, and part of me is like, I want more days off during the week. Okay, then we are the 22nd, 23rd. I'm going out of order just so that I'm not flipping this back and forth. Okay, I like putting my work schedule down first because my work schedule like changes the flow of the day. Like if I am not at home, then it's a whole different day. Okay. And then this is work, but it's like a vacation work day. And I still put it in there just because of pure fact, like I'm going to look back and just be like, oh my gosh, like what was my work schedule there? So it prompts me like, hey, I took those vacation hours. Okay, let's switch on over here. Okay, so we were the 10th, we were the 18th and the 25th. Okay, so 2 more and then work is done. So 18th and 25th. There we go. I like how bold those are. Super cute. I'm going to go through real quick, put in my work schedule, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put in my work schedule. I also wrote in that it was the kids' birthdays. And so now I think we're just going to start going in order. So on the 1st, we had dance. And we are just going to do our little dots because I feel like that's all we have really space for. And so for dots, let's see, I should need gray will be appointments or other random things. Yellow is high school dance. And then pink is competition dance. And so we're just going to go in order here. So on the 1st, we had dance. The 2nd, we had dance. I'm trying to think if there's any Tuesday or Wednesday we don't have dance. It's these bottom ones. So let's go ahead and we're just going to fill in our dance schedule. There's more than that, but this is the start. Again, the 31st we don't have dance, but then we do all the other. Okay, guys, I went to grab some extra stickers and I realized that it hasn't filmed half of this video here. Okay, so I think the last thing I was doing, I laid down like these side ones that cover the unusable dates, like the dates that are outside of this month. And then I was laying down these big boxes. So I have 2 more of these and I usually try to use all of them, but I felt like it was going to be a bit much for how many things we have going on the days that I wanted to place them. I put these bolder boxes here for like bigger event type items to make sure they really pop out. And I wrote in the twins' 11th birthday and my oldest daughter's 16th birthday. And then I realized, oh, we also put in all the dance dots. So the yellow is for high school dance, and then this pink right here is for studio dance. And I decided, because I'm like, oh my gosh, this spread is going to get really busy. I decided if it is a normal dance day, I'm not writing in the time over here. I end up making a key over here for that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday normal dance times. If it is outside of this time, such as like here on a Saturday we have dance, on a Sunday we have dance, on Monday we have dance, then I will write in those times and what they are, because that's outside of our normal schedule. So then the only other thing, like I went to get all these extra stickers. I found my dance ballet shoes from Planner Kate. And so I just ended up putting that here with the label for dance. And then I went to get them because my son's shots needed to be in here. He got to skip a few weeks because he had double ear infection, fever. Anytime he is ill, like trying to fight off an infection, he is supposed to go off his shots so that, you know, we aren't suppressing his body even more than it already is. And so I ended up timing it out, whether they are double shots. And I have my little key down here. Blue is double, pink is single. And that actually prompted me to, I was already considering this, but I think it made me realize instead of 1 week worth of shots to take on vacation, I actually need to take 2 weeks worth of shots on vacation. just in case we don't get back in time. I think there's going to be enough of an overlap that we need to take them with us. So that's a nice simple way for me to color code and have a key as to if we have a double shot or a single shot. And so we use those. Those are just extras of them because I figure I'll go through them. And then the other thing I need to put in here is when can we reorder his scripts? Sometimes I have to do this after I video because I need to look back. I need to make sure that the specialty pharmacy is going to be open. I need to coordinate a time with them, all that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure we can get them refilled here. And so usually if you can get them refilled here, you could do a few days ahead. So sometime between this Tuesday to Friday is when I'm going to get his medications coming in the mail so that we get them before we leave on vacation, because otherwise it's going to get that schedule like way far off. So I'm going to keep these out to kind of prompt me to remember to do that. And then I pulled these two because they were right there. I just wanted to make a point here on a video real quick. My freebie for the month of July are these little flags, and I think they're so cute. They're very useful. They fit in the spacing like really well. So it fits in the half-hour space instead of just the hour space. Same with over here. But the point I wanted to make is that the mini flags that you actually order is a little bit smaller than what these freebies are. So if you use these freebies and you're like, I don't know, they're a little bit too big for me, like they fit, but they're a little on the bigger side, have no fear. They're just a tiny bit smaller when you actually order them. So I kind of purposely did that because I felt like this was more of a statement and this was more functional. So for the mini flags, what is up on my sites are rainbow. I have gray ones, black ones, white ones, and then I have the Erin Condren hexagon colorway ones also. So you get to pick whichever ones that you want for that. Okay, so I think the only other thing I didn't say is I also put in my work schedule and locations. So this looks really full to most people, but we have a lot more to go still, which is kind of crazy for some people's life. But for us, this is exactly why I need this, and this is exactly why I color code the way that I do. So we are just gonna go to the first and we are gonna work our way over. So on the first, we might actually use some of these flags. So I'm trying to see what all I have. So I have these little bullets. Let me see. Oh, you know, the other thing we need to put in here real quick before we get too far is trash or recycling week. And I believe last week, this is a recycling week, this is trash week. So that's how we are going to end up putting them in here real quick. And I'm just gonna put them down here towards the bottom. So every other week is recycling, every week is trash. And so I just literally put in where recycling is on those weeks. And then I put the little trash can on the alternative weeks. This is very helpful for me because it's also like bulk waste whenever there's recycling. And so there's like multiple things I have to prep a little bit differently on those weeks. What did I do here? I skipped a week. I'm already off, you guys. All right, you need to move up there, Miss Recycling. Okay, and then you need to go there. And then when we're gone, we'll be also recycling. And we should be fine. I mean, we have 2 recycling bins and they are always full. We go through a lot. I think we're just that great at recycling versus being really wasteful. Okay, so what we were gonna do is do a little flag. Let's do this blue one. I think that's really cute. And it's not a perfect match to this blue. I did not use the hex code for it. These are literally like rainbow colors that I use often. But we ended up doing a birthday meal and party while we had visitors in from out of state. So birthday meal And then we went and did like putt-putt golf and different rides and all that kind of fun stuff. We don't need to put the time for dance because this is a normal dance day. But also the other thing I was thinking of, A, I'm gonna put in the date dots here, but B, it is a payday. So we will put in that. There we go. And I think we're gonna, just on this page, get all these date dots in here real quick. Oh my gosh, I laugh because I've been out of storage. I'm literally struggling. Like, I record a little bit, transfer it over to my computer, delete it in hopes that I can record like that same amount again before it gets full. It's just like a vicious cycle, and I'm literally just waiting for everything to back up on the iCloud, and then I'm gonna like mass delete. But it wasn't working, and I'm like, yeah, it only takes like overnight for my iPhone storage to like update and recognize that I deleted a whole bunch of items. And my daughter said, Mom, did you delete the recently deleted file? And I'm like, what is that? Where is that? I mean, I click through my phone like crazy to figure out how to delete stuff the best, like how to get more storage. And I've also like Googled multiple things, like, am I missing areas that I can delete from? And nowhere said anything about this little section. And so my daughter shows me, and guys, I have 455 items in there, and a whole bunch of them are videos. So a lot of storage there. And so I hugged her so big, I deleted all of it, and it ended up getting me like 15 or 18 gigabytes. Like, it was a huge amount. And so we are back to videoing because I literally asked her, can I steal your phone to finish this video? I'm more than halfway done, but my phone keeps quitting videoing because it's so full. And yeah, no, she saved the day today. Like I said, when everything backs up onto the cloud, then I can like delete, mass delete. But I want it to back up the oldest first and go to the newest, but it's doing the opposite. And some of the newest ones are what I want to keep on my phone, and the oldest ones I can delete. So it's kind of going the opposite direction. I had 25,000 items that needed backed up, like either photos or videos. We might as well do the rest of the date dots over here. But so 25,000 items, and there for a while it was going like 2,000 at a time, like per day. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna take forever. I am not gonna get storage in time, all this kind of stuff, because literally this has held me up for at least 2 weeks. I have been wanting to like mass film, and I could have had like all of July planners filmed, but because of storage, I couldn't. So then I even got my camera. I have a Canon G7X, like Mark II. Love this camera. But guess what? I put my camera holder, the clamp for it, I put it away and I can't find it. So, because I'm like, oh, that's not what I film with anymore. I always use my phone because it's so convenient. And so, yeah, I have the batteries all charged up. I was ready to go. And then I'm like, where the heck is the clamp to hold this? I am the most organized person, I feel like. And so it is very frustrating when I have issues like this. So yeah, I just laugh because I know all this takes a huge amount of storage, but man, am I struggling. And I feel like every year in July is when it really hits, or that's when I really, really notice it, because we need to film for like birthdays, we need to film for different holidays, we need to film for dance choreography. And like I said, I do a digital declutter every single week. I go through, I delete stuff I don't need. As soon as I edit videos, I delete them off. I don't keep a hold of like a whole bunch of stuff. Anything with my kids, I do though. And so it's just kind of funny. I knew nothing about that recently deleted. Guys, that stays active for additional 30 days. So no wonder it's not like substantially deleting stuff, because each day just a portion of it is deleting then. Okay, there's all our date dots. And let's go back and, okay, on the first, I feel like we still had one more thing that I wanted to put. Oh, I said that it was payday. So let's grab here and we will put payday there. And then Mondays are also paydays. So let me see. We'll put that one over there just because we have the vacation there, and vacation's a little bit more important. And then, oh, you know what? I just thought of something based on my icons too. I need to pay, my daughter started learning her choreography for her solo, and I need to pay her choreographer. And so I need to lay down like a whole bunch of these pay bill ones too. Okay, so we need more money. Money, 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 money. What is that from? I'm really bad at, like, I know little lines or little jingles and stuff, and I can never remember what they're from. And I'm absolutely horrible about actors and actresses' names. My husband's always like, this person, I'm like, I have no idea who that is. And he'll have to tell me like exactly what show or movie it is and exactly like what character they are. So it's just kind of funny. Okay. So we got the payday. I think the first is done. The second, we had an appointment, an orthodontist appointment, and I don't know that I have anything small enough. Oh, I have alarm ones, but I feel like those are on the big side for this little calendar. I know I have a little appointment. Do I want that? Or do I have a dentist appointment? No, we're just gonna put a little dot in. I feel like that'll work. Let's just use our gray Hoo Hoo dual tip dot pen. And we're just gonna go like this. And it was all four of my kids had orthodontist appointments. So 2:30 orthodontist. All four kids I'm gonna write so that I recall. We also had one on Monday because we had a broken wire that was like very, very painful. And so I wasn't gonna hold off on that one. All right, let's flip on over to Thursday. Thursday I worked, and then we had Let's Get Out GDT for the high school dance. And I almost just want to write like Tuesday and Thursdays 1 to 3, but that is not always the case. And so I feel like I'm probably just going to be putting stickers down quite often, which is okay. So let's use, we have GDT, I'm just going to put it next to all of these. We'll need more out, but this is like a really good start. This will be GDT. This is a parade, so I'm probably not going to put it next to there because I'm going to write a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, let's go ahead. Let's just keep getting them out. Okay. Keep going. More. I'm just everywhere here with this. Let's put this one, and then let's put this one, and I think that's all on that side. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I grabbed the perfect amount without ever even knowing. Okay. Also, location sometimes is different, and so I like writing it in just a little bit more here. Okay, so let's go through. We were done on that day. We're going on to the 3rd, and we have 1 to 3, and then scavenger hunt after. Not the most beautiful writing, but it gets the job done. Let's see, arrive at Nora's, 8:15, breakfast. So for 4th of July, their team did like breakfast at Teammates, and then parade 9:30 for 10 to noon type parade. And then we had, I'm gonna write party all day because we went to a festival. We came home, we grilled out, we hung out with a whole bunch of people, kind of partied with our neighborhood, and then had our own fireworks for our neighborhood at dusk. So it was a really fun day. Okay, and then this day they learn state hip hop choreo from 2 to 8 p. Dinner at 5. There we go. And then this day was 8 to 1. So also state hip hop choreo, 8 to 1 p. We had our injection. We went on to Monday and we had another appointment for ortho. So my son, this is very weird to me because like we've had a lot of braces in our house, like teeth braces, orthodontist braces, and he is on his 3rd new retainer since getting his braces off because the retainer keeps being loose. So I don't know exactly what's happening, but I feel like it's kind of weird. I mean, they're super sweet. It's really fast, but I don't know. I feel like it's weird. So orthodontist, Beckett, and new retainer. Okay, we are getting there. So then on the 8th, we have GDT 1 to 3, and that was at MT. And then we also had doctor appointments. And so let's put 1:30, all littles, doctor. And oh my gosh, so my husband took them because I was at work, which is the first time that I haven't taken them. But they almost didn't give the vaccines because their birthday was 2 days later, and like the state doesn't want them to get the vaccines until they are 11, and we're like, literally, this is less than 2 days early. So they were super sweet, ended up like switching it around. They're like, we usually don't do it, but it's so close. And so they ended up doing it for us. Okay, then we go over here. Oh my gosh, why am I not using our appointment labels? We need to switch around a few things here because I feel like we need to be using these. All right, for this one is my daughter had to take her drive test for her license. So Lexi, drive test / license. And she got it. She's so excited. She even just got to go and pick up our grocery pickup without me, which was so weird, but kind of nice all at the same time. So she was like more than willing to go do that, of course. I almost feel like I'm gonna white out. I can't believe I wasn't using these stickers. So I'm gonna white out definitely this 1:30 all littles doctor's appointment, because I feel like it could look a lot nicer in a box. And then we might, let's also do the orthodontist one. I'm probably just gonna let that one go though. Okay. So for this one, we're gonna use this light gray. It was 1:30, all littles, doctor. And then for this one, we can use the red, and that was 2:10, Beckett, new retainer. I'm not gonna write orthodontist because it's obvious that it's a orthodontist appointment then. I don't know, I just feel out of the norm for some reason. I was very, very like attentive and productive and stuff. I was thinking on all cylinders a few days ago, and then like out of nowhere, I just can't get going. And I'm so tired. Okay, there those are. Looks a little messy just because of the back, but hey, this is for me, so we are fine. Okay, so on her birthday, we also did lunch out with Dad. And so, oops, I don't want blue only because that one's blue. So let's put that one back and get the red out. And we will just write. Dad went with us for the drive test. Like everybody was there for her. So lunch with Dad. There we go. Don't have to put in the studio dance because it is, again, a normal time. And then on the twins' birthday, I worked. There's actually more stuff that needs to go in there. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to like draw a box over there. So 1 to 3 at MT we had. But then she, my oldest, started learning her solo. So that's where a box needs to happen. Let's do, it was 10:30 to noon, Lexi solo, and we will put that, and I should have had a check to her or Venmo'd the choreographer, and I don't know what, but I overlooked that, and that's okay. We will Venmo her. She goes back on Monday, I believe, and so she will get paid then. It's just supposed to be like one of the days that you learn your solo, so it's nothing out of the bad. And then let's see, we have hockey and then duet here. So let's put duet, and this time frame is going to be 6:15 to 7:15, and that'll be another one I need to pay. We should probably just put this over here and put solo, and let's put Lexi, Brooklyn, Beckett. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like write all this stuff in over here or not. And then we'll just write duet because I know what that is. Okay, where were we? We were on the 11th, we were on the 12th. We have hockey games. We've had a few week break and we are ready to go again. Let's see, Kenzie is 9 o'clock and she is on blue. And then Beckett is 11 o'clock on black. All right, and I am just gonna write hockey, and then we'll put these underneath and we will know. This is the hockey schedule. Okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't even write Beckett. I just wrote black. It's kind of funny. They both start with B's. All right, let's write Beckett and write black. They want to know who they're playing against. I need to look up that part because I didn't write that part this year. In the past I did, but now I just know my schedule. Everything's going to be too full and we can just look it up per time. Okay, so I think that's everything for Saturday. And then we go on to Sunday and we have a birthday party. I'm excited. Okay. It will be noon B-Day party. And that seems nice and simple. I think that says enough. And then we have a whole bunch of dance And so this is like solos and duet. Solo / duet. And we start with Brooklyn, then Kenzie, then the duet. So Brooklyn, Kenzie, duet. And let's see, we go from 6 to 7, then 7 to 8, and then 8 to 9. So we will be there for quite a few hours, which is fine. I'm really, really excited about this. Should we? I also think I'm gonna put a little icon for the payment there, so that, because that takes care of like everybody for payment then. Should I do, I guess I'll go over here. There's a lot of icons on that one. Okay, then we go on to Monday. I have to work, and then we have here Lexi solo, and that is 10:30 to noon. Okay, and then down here we have solo, and that is Brooklyn and Kenzie. It has the second half of theirs, and so we'll write Brooklyn, Kenzie. Brooklyn is 6:30 to 7:15, and Kenzie is 7:15 to 8. There we go. Okay, on to the 15th. We have 1 to 3 at MT. This is my daughter's teaching at dance. So Lexi teach camp, I think is what I'm gonna call this. Lexi teach camp, and that is from 8:30 to 11:30. Okay, nothing on Wednesday, which is a miracle. It's like the only day of the month, I feel like, hardly, except for the 11th, that we don't have anything. The 17th, we have a whole bunch of stuff going on for the 17th. So, driveway painting, we go around and we put like little paw prints or the initials of the school on people's driveway, and it's really cute. Like, we paint it on there, they pre-order it. It's a fundraiser for the dance team. So driveway painting, and I'm driving. So drive, and that is 8 to 10:30 that we are doing that. And our driveway is also being painted. Our driveway also is what I'm gonna write, so that I know like that'll be part of it. And then they also have, I feel like I should do this separate because it's later in the day and we're gonna miss that it is later. So I need another GDT sticker. I need to get this done because we're gonna like mass clean the house like really fast. My kids are getting done eating lunch and they want to clean so that they can have technology time. So 1 to 3, and that's at MT, and then the other dance is a normal dance, so I'm not writing anything. Then on the 18th, I work, and we have state pom choreo. And that is from 5 to 9. I gotta double check. I feel like I know where it's at, but there's a chance I'm wrong. So I'm gonna double check that one before I, just because they had to switch over stuff. So then this one is also state pom choreo. And it's from 8 to 2 p.m. And there should be lunch. So let's write lunch at, and then I haven't heard what time that lunch is going to be or what it will be. And then I need to double check the location also for that one. And then we have hockey again. So let's write hockey. And we have Kenzie at 9. So let's do this again, 9 o'clock, Kenzie. And she is on blue. And then we have 11 o'clock, Beckett. He is also on blue this week. Okay, I'm gonna lay Beckett's down first and kind of lay her on top. Cute. Okay, then the 20th, we have, I think we're gonna use this one. It is a dance intensive. So we did this a few weeks ago. It's probably been like 3 weeks ago at this point. We did it through a local college and she had a lot of fun. So it's through the same exact college. But yeah, like it was a fun day. It was super hot, but it was a fun day. So let's see. It is noon to 3 and 5 to 8. And then the next day they have it again. But I'll do a separate sticker for that. There we go. And then the next day we'll do the red one and we'll write dance intensive. It's a lot smaller because we know what it is. And this one is from 9 to noon. Showcase at 11:30. We'll just kind of go right there. I think I want to put a little dance slipper, or we'll just leave it for now because there's a lot of icons going on over here. Okay. So then we have, let's see, 1 to 3 at MT for that one. And I work here. We have normal dances. We also have 1 to 3 at MT there. And then the 25th I work. And then we have to drop our dog off at the kennel. Let's do red. So 4 to 6 P, drop Kova at kennel. She's gonna be getting boarded. She likes where she goes and we are happy, but it is like a good half hour away. There is a chance that we are, well, I work till 9, so we'd probably leave like the next day early morning, but there's a chance I would get home and we'd just leave really late too. We haven't really decided, which is very weird for us. We do have hockey games this day and we're not sure. It depends on what time we leave. So let's write in hockey and put in those schedules. So Beckett is at 10 on black. And Kenzie is 9 on blue. So they are early enough that we can do them. Oh my gosh, I did it again, you guys, just writing blue instead of writing Kenzie. They are early enough we can do them. We'll just kind of choose when time gets closer what feels right. Like we are fine either way. We'll get to our destination in time if we don't leave until after, but we'll also have some extra time if we leave early. So if we're super stressed out and it just doesn't feel right, then we just wait an additional day or two. Okay, there is that. So that's all that. And then this whole last week is vacation time, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I feel like the only other part is over here. We haven't addressed all this. Let's go ahead. We're gonna use one of these little flags next to the solo payment so it kind of makes it pop out a little differently. And then let's see, we have med refills, we have vacation planning, detail truck, kids birthday party, game night, family calendar, garage clean out, digital declutter. I feel like we can actually write these on here, so let's do it. Let's put a to-do. We're gonna use that icon, and then we're gonna get a to-do script. Let's use this little one. Okay, what to do. And then probably let's just use our gray Ahuhu Duotip dot pen. And we're going to put, I don't care if the dishwasher one gets on there, so let's skip down a little bit. Detailed truck. I'm gonna see how much space we truly have. B-Day party. Like all the planning for that. Game night. We do a monthly family game night. Family calendar, it has to get updated on our command center every single month. Garage clean out, we actually did get done. I'm just gonna put garage clean. Digital declutter, I am constantly working on. Okay, we have extra space, so then we can go vacay plan. And then dishwasher, deep clean. Okay. Oh, I need to return cans. We're gonna add that. And then prescription refill. And we have 4 of us for that. So let's put Kenzie, Beckett, Brooklyn, and Mom. That actually could not have been more perfect spacing. Oh my gosh. All right, put all these dots in. All right, guys, we did it. I feel so achieved. I finally had enough storage to film a video. This is really busy, but honestly, like this is everything that I need every single month to make sure that we are functioning and nothing gets missed and all this kind of stuff. So, all right, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.